5 ways to make $100 cash today. That's right. Today's topic is all about making quick cash. Not like cash that is unscrupulous in any way, but cash that you can have now. Times are tight. Sometimes we just need cash now, and we need to find a way to get that cash today. Sometimes there's bills that just come up. Maybe it's a car repair. Maybe our paycheck just isn't coming fast enough when we need a couple groceries. Who knows what it is? We've all been there. We've all had tight days. Well, today we are talking about 5 ways that you can make $100 cash today. Welcome to Vertical Vision 405. I am Greg. This channel is all about helping you find streams of income that work for you. Real streams of income, real ways that you can make real money. Before we move on, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button. By smashing that subscribe button, 2 things happen. 1, I see that you find value in the content I'm producing for you. You're finding it helpful when you see my videos, and that helps me create more videos for you. The second thing that it does is it helps you see more often when I produce a new video. That'll help you. That way you don't miss out on ways that you can earn more income and find better income streams for you. So, do me that favor, smash that subscribe button to let me know this is great for you and to help you see more of this great content. All right, let's move on in. Let's jump right into 5 ways to make $100 cash today. Way number 1, the first way, scoop poop. I mean, it sounds dirty, it sounds nasty, it sounds smelly. But the truth is, many families have dogs, but they don't like to pick up after their dog. Plain and simple. Most people don't like to walk around their yard picking up dog poop. I get it. So you can walk through a neighborhood, knock on a few doors, and offer to pick up the poop for them. Do it for $20 a yard. If they have 2 dogs, offer to do it for $30. For each additional dog, just make it $10 more for each dog. After just doing 5 yards, you will have $100 cash. It's pretty easy to find 5 people who will let you pick up the poop in their yard for 20 bucks. You could probably bang this out in under 2 hours. You could have 5 yards done, get your $100, and you're good to go. You could probably do it much faster than 2 hours, but let's be realistic. 2 hours, I think, is a reasonable number to put on this. All right, way number 2, window cleaning. Every house has windows, and almost all of those windows are dirty, and nobody likes dirty windows. So, knock on some doors and offer to clean their front windows for only $20. Most people find it easy to part with $20. Real easy to spend $20, not a big deal. If they ask you, can you do my back windows as well? Tell them that's another $20 or another $25, whatever number you want to work with there. But don't double the number. All right, so instead of saying it's $50 to do both the front and the back, keep working in increments that are small. $20 to do the front and $20 to do the back. The reason we offer it this way, it is easy to part with $20. But it is not easy to part with $40 if we're doing front and back. After doing only 5 sides of a house now, you're at your $100. So it could be 5 houses where you only do front windows. It could be 2 houses where you do front and back windows and one of them has some side windows to do as well. And this will add up really quick, and we all love having clean windows on our houses. And truthfully, most people would not mind spending $20 to get their windows cleaned. All right, way number 3. Do you hold your 3 this way or do you do it this way? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments because that always makes me curious. But anyway, way number 3, yard work. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. Right now, as I'm recording this, it is winter time. But whether it's winter, summer, fall, spring, it doesn't matter. There's always yard work to be done. If it's winter time, you'll see old leaf piles, you'll see sticks and twigs and dead trees, you'll see shrubbery that wasn't taken care of, or even flower beds that have been left in disarray. you can offer to do each one of these tasks for $20. Hey, I see all those leaves piled up in your yard or scattered around your yard. You just didn't get to them. I'll clean those up for you for $20. Today, the magic number is $20, but you can pick whatever number you want to work with. You see some flower beds that were left weedy or untamed. What you can do is say, hey, I can clean those up for you and get them ready for spring so that they'll look beautiful as the flowers start to bloom again. $20. I see you've got some sticks or some dead limbs or some bushes that need to be trimmed up. I'll do that for you for $20. Quickly, this adds up. One house can easily be $100. But again, we stick with the idea of spending $20 is easy. Don't tell them I'll do it all for $100. Every project is $20 because it's easy for a person to agree to spend $20 per project. It is not easy for them to agree to spend $100 as a lump sum. So they'll gladly spend the $100 in $20 increments. So there's your little sales tactic right there. Make it easy for them to spend the money. All right, way number 4 that I have for you, four, is moving help. Now this goes a couple ways here. When we think moving help, we often think lugging furniture, heavy furniture, which you could do. But the other thing is packing. People hate packing up their house. So what you can do is go on Facebook, find a local community group page, and offer in there a today only special. I will help you pack your house for moving, or I will pack your house to move. People are moving all year long. Every day people are moving. Every day especially people are packing, getting ready to move. And by offering it as a one day only special, you're creating that fear of missing out or the I need to jump on this now. And if you need cash today, you need people to jump on this now so you can go pack that house for them today and get the money. Now this project, you can't necessarily do $20 to pack a whole house, but you can do $20 per room, or maybe $40 to pack the kitchen, or $20 for a bedroom, or a closet, or however you want to work that. You can break it down into smaller bite-sized pieces. I'll do it for $25 per room. I'll do your kitchen for $30, and I'll do bedrooms for $25. Whatever number works for you, but if you can break that down into small bite-sized pieces, when you go on those Facebook groups and say you're running specials today and today only to help you pack your house, you'll have takers, and you'll be able to quickly earn your $100 that way. Now, way number 5, we're going to go back to Facebook to find our customers. But all of these actually can be repeat business customers. But let's talk about way number 5. I'll talk about repeat business. Let's move on with way number 5. You can do laundry. Everybody has dirty laundry, and that can be taken many different ways, but everybody has laundry that needs to be done. Almost no one likes doing laundry. So you can simply go on Facebook and offer a today only special. I will do your laundry for you. And tell customers when they ask about it, tell them it's $2 per item to do. You will wash it and you will fold it for them. $2 per item, all you need are a couple pieces of clothing, really. I mean, 5 shirts and 5 pants. That's 10 items. That's $20 right there. Almost every house will have at least 10 items for you to do. Most houses have far more than that. If I have kids, which I have kids, we generate a lot of laundry. You could easily hit me up for $100 in laundry on any given day at $2 per item. So you go on Facebook, you offer to do laundry for people, offer it as a today only special so that they have to buy today and you get your cash today. That's how you cash out today. Now, all of these items you can offer as a recurring service. You can offer to come back and scoop poop every week for somebody for $20. Way number 2 is window cleaning. You can offer to come back once a month and clean their windows for them. Way number 3 was yard work. You can offer to come back weekly, monthly, bi-weekly, whatever schedule you want to work out. You can have recurring customers doing yard work. Moving help. This one's a little harder to do recurring, but you can ask for referrals. Hey, it was great helping you out today. I would love to help all your friends and other people you know who are moving. Can you refer me to them? And way number 5, doing laundry. that is easily recurring. You can recur that daily, really. So whatever a customer may need, whether it's daily, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, you can offer to do their laundry for them on a recurring schedule. If you are willing to work, these are some great ways that you can earn cash today and continue to earn cash every day. I hope this was helpful for you. Leave me a comment below letting me know which way you want to try and which way you found most helpful. Money's tight. Bills have to be paid. You're out of cash. What do? Today, we are going to talk about a simple way to make $500 cash right now. You can do it in a day. You can do it in a weekend. Anyone can do it. Hey, I'm Greg from Vertical Vision 405. This channel is all about helping you find income streams that work for you, ways that you can make real money by yourself. I know there's a lot of scams out there on ways to make money. We filter through them and we help you find ways that you can really make money. Go ahead and click that subscribe button so that you can find more ways to make more money so that you can have the freedom that you want. All right. So this is a question I get all the time. How can I quickly make money? I'm tight on money this week. I've got bills to be paid. Something's about to bounce, or I can't pay my mortgage. People are stressed. People are worried. And in this economy, that's no surprise. And everybody's going through it. You're no different than anyone else, so don't feel embarrassed about that. You are going through the same struggle that everybody else is going through. The good thing is you can get out of this struggle. Unlike everybody else who just says, I've got no money and there's nothing I can do, it's just the way it is. It's not just the way it is. You can get out of the struggle. So today's method is actually really simple. It's going to take a little bit of effort on your part to make it happen, but really it's not that much effort. What we're talking about today is actually window washing. All you need is a bucket with some soapy water, a squeegee, a rag, and you're good to go. So how do we make $500 with this? The method is actually pretty simple, and if you follow it, in one Saturday, you can easily make $500 cash. If you wanted to relax a little bit more, you could do it in a weekend. And if you keep it going, that's easily $2,000 a month in extra money that you could be making. And it can also be recurring because the people that you work with want their windows cleaned all the time. So this can easily be $24,000 a year in extra money just for giving up a Saturday. All right, so the way we do this is we grab our bucket, we grab our soapy water, we grab a squeegee, we grab a rag, and we hit the street. Where do we go? Let's go to a neighborhood. All right, every house in this neighborhood has dirty windows. They just do. And we knock on the first door we see. Let them know, hey, we're here. We're offering a special today to wash windows. Offer them to do their windows for $20. Just the front windows. We'll do your front windows for $20. We'll get the front of your house looking great, and then you can see out and see what's going on outside. It'll look gorgeous when we're done. $20 is easy for people to part with, and you're going to run into many yeses, and don't worry when you get the no. It's okay. People may say no, and that's okay. Give them the option to say no, and you move on to the next house. But for $20 to get my front windows done, I'm pretty certain if you come to my house, I will tell you go for it. I will give you $20. Now, this house has 3 more sides on it. Maybe I want my back windows done too. Guess what? I can do your back windows. I'm already here. You know what? For $20, I'll do your back windows as well. So now you made $40 on one house. You got more windows on the sides of your house? Well, the sides of the house usually have less windows. You know what? I'll do both sides for only $20 more. Now I'm at $60 for this house. Pretty good. Now, when I offer these deals, what I do is I never mention really the full total. I never say, well, for $60, I'll do the whole house. It's $20. Why $20 and not $60? Because it's really hard for the average person to say, you know what? On a whim, I'm going to give you $60. That's uncomfortable. That's a lot of money in people's mentality, in their mind. But $20 is not a lot of money. I'm not really losing much to give you $20. So by giving me $20, $20, $20, I'm not giving you much. But by giving you $60, I'm just giving away more money than I really want to give away today. So do it in $20 increments. Now, when you're done with this house, you offer them, hey, I can come back next month if you'd like and do your windows again for you. I can do this every month, but don't say every month because it sounds like a big commitment. Hey, if you'd like, I can come back next month. And the way this works is now you've got a recurring customer at $20 a month or $60 a month or $40 a month, whatever the deal is that you worked out with them. So every month you can go back and keep earning this money without having to find a new customer. Make a note to go back to this house 1 month later. All right, now we move on to the next house. Do the same thing, knock, knock, knock. Hey, I'm in the neighborhood and I'm washing windows today for only $20. I can get the front windows in your house sparkling clean. You can see through those windows, see what's going on outside, and your house will look great. For only 20 bucks, I can get that taken care of for you today. Person is most likely going to say yes. And again, if they say no, we move on. Now, again, we have the opportunity. Hey, what about the back windows? Would you like those done as well? That's only $20 to do the back windows as well. Now you've got $40. And you see how this works with only, let's see, $20 times 10 houses is $200. If we do front and back, we're at $400 on 10 houses. So really with 25 houses, maybe 30 houses, we've got this done. And each house should take you 15 minutes to a half hour, depending on how much you're doing. So you can very quickly make this kind of money. Once we walk an entire neighborhood, we can go to the next neighborhood and do it all over again. And it's a constant money-making process here. It's cash money. If you wanted to, you could get a little like credit card reader for like Stripe or PayPal has them, I think, as well. You could let people Venmo you the money. But this way people can use other payment options because a lot of people don't have cash laying around in their house anymore because we are a plastic society. So by having a way that people can pay you with a credit card, you increase your chances of people paying you money to do this. I might say no just because I don't have $20 cash. No worry. I take credit cards as well if that's helpful for you. Well, people are more likely to spend on their credit cards because they have available credit. So guys, that is how you can quickly make $500 this weekend without working all that hard to do it. And this can become a very lucrative hustle where you can make $500 every single weekend over and over and over again. Like I said, it's an easy $24,000 a year. And if you make your $500 in one day and double it to the 2-day weekend that you have, you can easily make $48,000, $50,000 without trying all that hard. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Did you know that you could make excellent money producing and making audiobooks? You don't even need to have your own book to produce or to read. All you need to do is read the book. How do we do it? We'll talk about that in a minute. Who am I? I'm Greg. I'm with Vertical Vision 405. I'm here to help you find your side hustle, find your income streams, and find ways for you to make money and find your financial freedom. So how do we make money with audiobooks? Well, there's a couple ways that we can do this. One, any book that is out of copyright, you can read it as an audiobook and submit that to Amazon actually. And Amazon is the biggest distributor of audiobooks there is. So let's get started with that approach first. To make an audiobook, the first thing you need to do is pick a book. Pick any book that you would like to read. Now you will need a quiet place and there are some minimum audio requirements that you're going to need to meet. So you may need a better microphone to do this. Head on over to acx.com. ACX is Audible or Amazon's audiobook place. Now you can make your own audiobooks right here. What I suggest doing is you start with the introduction or something short in the book. Record that and submit it and wait for the feedback. Don't be discouraged if the first go-round gets rejected, because what they're going to do is they're going to tell you very clearly what they heard or did not hear in your audio recording that they would like. So you may have to do this 2 or 3 times. That's okay, don't be discouraged. The beauty is Once you figure out what they're looking for, you can use those settings and that style and everything for the rest of the entire book. Don't make the mistake of reading the entire book before you submit your recordings. So step 1, real simple. Go ahead and find a book that you want to read. Step 2 is actually find a quiet place to record. Now, a way that you can set up your simple little recording studio is actually in a closet. A closet full of clothes is better than an empty closet because that clothes is going to cause sound deadening, making it a nice quiet place. Now, you can also use blankets and pillows propped up around you. You can sit on the floor. On the carpet is great because there's no echo. So that is a cheap hack on how to make a little studio. Get a good microphone. I use a high quality microphone here. You don't need a microphone like I have. There are plenty of other ones that are much more affordable. One of my favorites that actually works with cell phones as well is an Audio-Technica AT2020, and they have the AT2020 USB. I have used the 2020 USB with my iPhone. There's a adapter that you can get that goes from USB to Lightning. You plug that into a powered hub into your iPhone, works perfect. If you'd like to see more about that, I've got a video for it. Just shoot me a message and I'll show you how that works. But anyway, you may need a higher quality microphone, but if in doubt, go ahead and try and shoot the audio just on whatever you already have. Then upload that as your first chapter of the audiobook and see what the comments back from ACX are. If ACX says everything's fine, well, you don't need to buy anything or change anything. You've already got what you need, and go ahead and start recording the rest of the book. I do still suggest that you record this one chapter at a time and submit it, because maybe something's changed, maybe something's off, maybe there's a noise in the background that popped up that you didn't know about. So I would hate for you to record an entire book and then find all of your files rejected, and you need to do all that work again. So finding a book, I think I said this earlier, if it's out of print and out of copyright, it is a book that you can do without paying anyone anything. How do we know if it's out of copyright? We can do a quick Google search, but typically anything older than, I believe it's 70 years old, will most likely be out of copyright. But you can do a quick Google search on that. Your old classics are great. A lot of people are looking for audiobooks of the old classics because they would like to read them, but they don't want to read them themselves. They would rather listen to them style read them. So pick your favorite old classic, create an audiobook of it, and voila, you've got your first audiobook to go. When you're done, it's all set up on ACX, you click publish, and that's it. You've got your first audiobook all done, ready to make money. ACX is going to post it on Audible and Amazon so that people can find it. You can also promote it across all of your social media platforms so that people know you just created an audiobook. The second way that you can do this is you can actually go to Fiverr, Fiverr.com, and create a gig for recording audiobooks. Now, I suggest if you go this route, you look around at some other people who have already created audiobooks to see what their gig profiles are like, to get some ideas on how to create your gig profile. Once you create your gig profile, you can now charge people money to read their book for them. There are many authors who would love to have their books read, but they don't want to read their books themselves. So you can offer a very valuable service to people who would like their books read as an audiobook to be produced as an audiobook. Now you can do this two different ways. You can record it as audio files that you submit to that author to upload themselves, or you can provide the service where you will create the entire audiobook yourself. Whatever method works for you. Now, typically when you create an audiobook for someone else, you get paid for creating the audiobook, but you are not going to get the continual sales from the audiobook. Now, before you get too excited about the millions of dollars that you will make from the audiobook, I want you to know up front that you can make good money from an audiobook, but it's not like incredible money, and it's not like as soon as you produce it, all of a sudden money starts pouring in. Believe it or not, even the best known authors do not make a ton of money from their books. It's just not the way it is. Audiobooks and regular books don't produce a whole ton of money. But the beauty of the audiobook is it will continually produce money time and time and time again. So it's a recurring revenue stream. It's always there. And once it's up, you really don't have to do anything else to make money from it. You can continually promote it if you would like to, which will help increase your sales. And the more audiobooks you make, the more of these books you will have that will continually produce money for you month after month after month. So it is a great way to make some money, but like any real hustle, you're not going to make millions of dollars overnight. So if that's your thought, I just want to be clear, you're not going to make your millions overnight, but you can make good money from audiobooks. I hope this was helpful for you to find a hustle that works for you. If you've got any questions, thoughts, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to read them. And if you'd like help finding your hustle or even how to start this hustle, there is a link in the description where you can schedule 30 minutes with me. I would love to help you out on your journey to freedom and finding your hustle, income streams that work for you. You can make money with the knowledge you already have. There are people who would love to have your knowledge if you would only find a way to share it with them, and they'll pay you for it. All right, we'll get into that in a minute. Who am I? I'm Greg. I'm with Vertical Vision 405, and I help you find side hustles and income sources that will work for you. I help you break out of the norm and find that financial freedom and dream that you've been looking for. Do me a favor, click that subscribe button. That way you get more great content in the future, and it also helps me know that this content is helpful for you. All right, so how do we use our knowledge to make money? Well, the simple answer is we create an online course. Now, you've heard about this before, but you really weren't sure how it worked or how you make money from it. Maybe you even think that you don't have any knowledge worth sharing. Well, I can tell you right away, that is false. You have knowledge that is worth sharing. The reason that you think it's not worth sharing is because it's so common to you. You know it, you think it's so simple, and nobody would be interested in it. Truthfully, anything you know can be worth sharing, and people would love to know that information. For me, there's something that I've always wanted to learn how to do, and I've just never found somebody to teach me, and that's fly fishing. I think it'd be cool to learn how to fly fish. Maybe I'll enjoy it, maybe I won't, but I don't know until I learn how to do it. If I could find an online course to teach me how to fly fish, I would pay money for that course. So see, there's lots of things out there, and you would think the average fly fisherman would think that his skill's not valuable enough to sell, but it is. Maybe you know how to do accounting really well, and basic level accounting, maybe even at that, and you could sell that knowledge. There are so many different things. Maybe you know a lot about cars, and you can teach the basics of how to maintain your car. Maybe you know about boats. I mean, really, the list goes on and on and on. Some wild things that you think might be completely useless knowledge, somebody would love to have. So, all you really have to do is think about how you would teach this to somebody else. If somebody came to you today and said, will you show me how to do this? Write out the process that you would follow to do it. You don't need to write the process out in like extreme detail and book format, although if you do, you could also sell the book. But write the basic steps you would take. Thinking through fly fishing, which I know nothing about, I mean, step one would be, I would show the different lures and fishing poles. I would show the different waders or boots or whatever you use there. I would show the different types of baits that you might use. Then I would probably teach about the different types of water spots or water features that you're looking for and how to read those spots to see if there's fish there. Then I would teach the basics of how to cast a line. I know there's a technique to it. I just don't know what it is, and I don't know where the fish are. So those are two very important pieces of the puzzle. Then I would teach a little bit more of an advanced technique on how to cast the line, how to reel that fish in and keep it on the hook. Now that I got the fish, what do? How do I get it off the hook? How do I either like fillet it or skin it or whatever you do with a fish to eat it, or how do I safely release it back into the wild? And then I might also talk about any regulations or rules around fly fishing and how to go about that, or what to do if If my line gets stuck in a tree, if my line does this, if that happens, whatever it is. I mean, there's a whole course laid out right there. And I know nothing about the sport of fly fishing. So that is just from my basic misunderstanding of the sport of fly fishing. If you know more about fly fishing, you could create that whole course right now using that outline and then adding in the other things that I completely missed and know nothing about. So see, courses are easy to put together. You first develop that outline. Figure out what it is that you would need to show somebody to do the knowledge that you have. And really, guys, this knowledge can be based on any subject matter that you have any kind of knowledge in. The next step is to find a place to put this knowledge. You're going to need to make videos. That's going to be the number one way to do it. But you need a place to host it and charge people money. There's online resources like Teachable and Udemy that you can host your platform on, that you can host your course on. There's other platforms out there as well. Some will charge you a monthly fee. Some will only charge you for the courses you actually sell. The rates are going to be different and the commitments will be different. So shop around for learning management systems. That's what you're looking for, a learning management system. That is a system that will hold your course for you and then serve it up to people when they need it. A learning management system, some things to look for is, can people buy directly there? Is there a way to take credit cards or payments within that system? What are the fees that they charge and how much essentially will you make at the end of that? How do you upload a course? How do you manage participants? Are there options for participants to interact with you at some point or ask questions or email you or somehow get in touch with you? These are some of the things that you want to look for. Now, when you first build your course, one of the things to think about is the long term. Do you want this course to be available forever and ever? Well, if so, what are the costs to do that? If you pay a monthly cost for the hosting platform, what does that look like? How many courses do you sell a month just to cover that cost before you make any money? So now you've got that. Now you can start uploading content to this platform. Well, after you film the content, but you built your outline, you found the platform you're going to use. Now film your content, record the content so that you can post it to this platform. Once you post it to the platform, you may want to include a couple little write-ups, a little how-to sheet for each course. This is how you do the different fishing lines. This is how you tie a lure on. This is whatever it may be. Build a few little sheets that you write in Word or Google Docs. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but it can just be little extra helps that will help the person with that course. You can upload it as a PDF where they can download it and print it themselves. From there, the next step is figuring out how people are going to find this course, because they're just not going to find it on their own by Googling it. Most likely. Now, hopefully you'll get there, but that is something that you need to think about. Are you going to buy advertisement space? Where do you buy that ad space? Well, there's different places you could go. You could find groups that have people focused on that type of product. You could have ads running on social media platforms. Find a social media platform that works well for you. You could run Google ads. But typically for this type of thing, you will need to run ads, so you will need to front some money for ads. Now, you want to be careful here, because it's easy to spend thousands of dollars and get no results. So you want to test lightly, but realize the lighter you test, the smaller the result will be. So sometimes I've seen people say, I'll spend $5 in ads and see what happens, and they get no result and they say it didn't work. Well, $5 might not be enough. 20 might be, it might not be. You have to decide where that threshold is going to be. Now, when you build an ad, you want to build the ad to be a quick hook. I was just talking about fishing hook. It needs to be a quick hook to the course. You're not going to get into great detail and get very lengthy with this. You want to quickly say, I have a course on fly fishing. Find it here. With a link, that's it. I mean, that's really a basic ad right there. Or learn how to fly fish in 5 simple lessons. There you go. There's your hook. It's quick, it's easy, and all I have to do is click now to go buy it. So
That is an ad. Then you have to pick your demographics. This is important because not everybody is your customer. I know, and you hear me talk about this in videos all the time. You have to pick your demographics. If you try to advertise to everybody all of the time, you are essentially advertising to no one. If you advertise to the small niche who's looking for your product, everybody can then hear your message. It's pretty amazing how that works. But make sure that you dial in the demographics. All different ad platforms have different options for you to choose. What is the optimal age of your customer? What are their interests? What, maybe even gender will matter in this case. Sometimes gender does matter, sometimes it doesn't. But you can go through all of these different pieces of the puzzle and dial in those demographics as tight as you can so that you get a very specific niche audience looking for your course. Now that your ads are running, you just monitor the results. And if you see you're not getting the results you need to adjust your ads. It's that simple. And ads can run generally for quite a long time without much interaction if you find the right ad combination that's working. But what you do want to watch over time is if your ads start to peter off or not offer the same results, you may want to think about writing new ads or changing platforms that you're advertising on. I've seen this a lot where some platforms work great for a season and then they don't work great anymore. And then maybe in the future they end up working great again. All platforms go through these cycles, so just make sure that you monitor your ad results versus your ad spend. But this can be an evergreen way to make money, having an online course out there with some knowledge that you already have. And basically, there's no money that you really need to spend a lot of. No money that you need to spend a lot of. That's a terribly structured comment. With very little money that you need to spend. You already have a camera. If you have a phone, you have a camera. Just record it in high quality using your phone. If you have a real camera, even better, maybe, because sometimes your cell phones are better cameras than a real camera. So don't be discouraged by the fact that you might not have fancy equipment, but what you do want is a way to hold that camera steady. You can tape it to the wall. It doesn't matter. You don't need a fancy tripod or any of that to record your content. Just get it done in a way that the final video looks good. Nobody's going to care how you went about making that video as long as the video itself is a nice quality video. Typically, I wouldn't suggest having somebody holding your camera the whole time because the camera will sway and move slightly while filming, and that's going to get annoying pretty quickly. So there will be times maybe when it's a good idea to have somebody hold your camera, but more often than not, putting it on a tripod is great, or putting it on a stack of books, or whatever you can find to hold the camera. Make sure that lens is at eye height so that you are looking directly to your audience, and also look into the lens, not at yourself in the screen. That is something I struggle with because I want to keep making sure I'm in frame. So I keep looking off lens to the side where the screen is to make sure that I'm looking in the right spot, but then I'm looking off lens. So that's just something to think about when you film it. So you have what you need to film it. You already have the knowledge you have to make it. The trick is you just need to do it. And most people are reluctant to do it because they think they don't have anything worth sharing and they don't know how to go about doing it. Well, I just told you how to do it. If you don't want to do too much Googling around for learning management systems, Udemy and Teachable are two great platforms that are out there. You already have the equipment you need to film it. Just write a basic outline or steps that you would take when showing somebody else how to do it. Break the steps into modules or different learning elements instead of having one long run-on. Maybe you have 10-minute segments. The first 10 minutes is finding the right gear. The second 10 minutes is finding the right spot. 10 seconds, 10 minutes. The third 10 minutes is how to cast the line. Something like that. So just break it down into shorter segments that people can take one segment at a time. And that's it. You've got an online course built out. The online course can really forever make you money from here just for filming it and posting it one time. It's pretty simple. It's pretty passive. It's a great way to share your knowledge, and it's a great way to make extra money. Guys, I hope this was helpful for you. Do me a favor, comment below which kind of course you are looking to build, what kind of knowledge you have that you would like to share. And if you need help with any of this, really, it's completely free. There's a link in the description. Schedule some time with me. I will gladly chat with you on how to build your course and how to find the income stream that is going to work for you. Hey guys, are you looking to break into the freelance market? Are you looking for your side hustle or the side gig that you can do? Today we are going to talk about some of the best side gigs that are going right now, side gigs that you probably have talent for. Stay with me through today's episode because I'm sure in today's episode you will find a side gig that is going to be an excellent gig for you. A lot of these side gigs people have turned into full-time gigs. So whether you're looking to be full-time or part-time, I'm going to offer you some great gig ideas that you can do so that you can make more money. Let's get started. Who am I? I'm Greg. I'm from Vertical Vision 405. What do? I help you find income streams that work for you. I help you grow and promote your business so that you can obtain financial freedom and freedom from the 9-to-5 grind. All right, let's get started as I check my notes here. Here are some of the gigs we are talking about today. One big gig that is going right now is resume and cover letter writing. Now, if writing resumes and cover letters seems really easy to you, well, you've got a special talent because for most people, writing resumes is not easy. Writing cover letters that get noticed is not easy. And now we've got AI reading a lot of resumes that you submit to companies. So getting past the AI computer to a real human who will call somebody in for an interview is a hard task. And with so many people unemployed and the constant rotation of people looking for jobs, this is a gig that will never go away. There are always people needing to update their resumes or even create their first resume. So this is a gig you can do if you know how to write a good resume and if you know the tricks to get past AI, write in the right keywords in a resume. Nowadays, writing a resume is a lot like writing SEO content. It's to get past the first round and into the second round so that you get the phone call for the job. You can make really great money writing resumes. All right, kind of following along those lines, the next one is content writer. The internet runs on content. I mean, that is what the internet is. It is just a wealth of content. And companies and people are looking for content writers to write content for their websites, for their newsletters, even for their podcasts. So if you have an area of expertise that you would like to write content for, or if you know how to do research, I mean, college graduates know how to do research because to graduate college, you needed to write a lot of papers. So if you know how to do research and write papers or write content, you could be a content writer. This is a freelance service that I've actually used myself. I've hired content writers before. And it's a great service. I've really enjoyed working with the content writers that I've hired. And it freed me up from having to write my own content and having different perspectives and different styles for my content as well. Some of those content writers I've worked with for long periods of time over multiple projects, and some were just one-offs. So depending on your style and who you connect with, content writing can be a great gig. Now, as I get to the end of my list, I'm also going to tell you how to find new customers for all of these gigs. So stick with me to the end. All right, the next one, again, kind of lines up with that content idea of being a social media manager. The world of social media is ever changing. There's so many platforms out there, so many styles, so many techniques to get somebody's attention. And getting somebody's attention is really hard, and promoting a brand that you may be working for is hard. So companies are constantly looking, brands are constantly looking for social media managers to manage their social channels. Maybe you can specialize in just TikTok or YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or Pinterest, and the list keeps growing and growing. Maybe you know how to do all of them. I doubt it because so much goes on in all of these platforms that I doubt you know all of them extremely well, but you probably know several of them very well. And that talent is very valuable to a brand and to a company looking to promote themselves. So being a social media manager is a very good gig that very easily becomes a full-time gig. Logo designer, that's the next one. Designing logos is different than graphic design. Logos are unique. They need to communicate a lot in a small amount of space and be very simple and very clear, very direct. Color choices, font choices, style choices matter a lot in logos. So a logo designer is actually a specialty, and a specialty that sells well. So if you want to be a logo designer, that is a great gig for you. If you know how to design great logos, what a great gig. A new one, which really isn't all that new, but it's making more headway, is whiteboard animation video creator. So you've seen whiteboard videos, essentially stick figures or somewhat minimal animation, usually doing commercials or little infomercial type things. So whiteboard animation is another great gig. If you know how to make whiteboard videos or know how to have AI do it, this is a gig you can do. Along those lines, Illustrator is another great gig. If you know how to illustrate things, there are so many avenues you can go with this. You could just illustrate products or concepts. You could illustrate instructions. You can illustrate comics. You can illustrate really anything that exists. You can illustrate the uses of things or how something functions and works. Illustrators are in demand. So if you know how to illustrate properly, that is a great gig you can do. Now, this next one on my list is almost an irksome one to me because, well, people have spent years learning graphic design and getting excellent at graphic design, but something that I've seen lately is people hiring Canva designers. Canva almost automates and does a lot of design for you with minimal manipulation on the designer's part, if you even call them a designer at that part. So if you know how to use Canva or can make great designs in Canva, you can sell that service as a Canva designer. You can even create portfolios of Canva designs that you sell yourself. So Canva designer is really a new and upcoming thing. And Canva just recently acquired another company that is really going to make them a powerhouse that fights against Adobe and the Adobe suite of products. So Canva is going to become very real and very powerful very quickly now. It's already become real and powerful, but now it's really going to have a knockdown, drag 'em out fight with Adobe. So it's going to be interesting to see this play out. So if you're a Canva designer or even know how to use Canva, this could be a great gig for you to earn great money as a Canva designer. Mobile app developer is the next one we're talking about. Every company out there is looking for a mobile app. They all want a mobile app. Well, if you know how to make a mobile app, this is the gig for you. There's so many ways to make apps. There's no necessarily one correct way. You could have software help you make them. You could code them from scratch. There's so many avenues to go with mobile app development. But if you can make an app, you can definitely sell that service because almost every company out there wants an app and is looking for a way to make an app work for them. All right, digital marketer is the next one. It used to be you needed to be a marketing and advertising wizard and know all these ins and outs of advertising. But digital as a whole is its own whole arena where you can have full-time work nonstop just knowing how to use all the different platforms to market somebody digitally. Every company, every single company out there is looking for somebody who knows how to digitally market. So you can sell your services to these companies to help them with their digital marketing or to do it for them. Infographic designer is the next one. Building infographics are used in commercials and ads all the time and to communicate lots of information in business meetings. This is a popular one, maybe not as profitable as some of the other ones that we've talked about, but if you like building infographics, this could be a great gig for you. One that I like a lot here, this next one, I really like, and I hear a lot of people who don't realize they have this talent. And again, stay with me to the end because I'm going to tell you how to get gigs. I think this gig isn't started by a lot of people because they don't know how to get customers. Voice over artist. reading scripts, reading books, reading children's stories. I hear so many people with fantastic voices that would be excellent at providing voiceovers, but they don't do it because they don't know how to get started. Well, it's really not that hard, and so many people are looking for good voiceovers. So if you've got a way to record, most people have a cell phone, and sometimes that's enough. A cell phone in a quiet closet can be your little sound booth, and you can actually start recording with just that. You can upgrade to better equipment over time, but you can get started on the cheap with this. Also, there's a lot of great microphones out there at affordable prices that plug into either your cell phone or your computer. So even if you want to upgrade right away, there's a lot of inexpensive ways to get started if you want to spend a little bit of money up front. But you can do it for free. Most of us have the equipment we need already to do voiceovers. All right, the next one is huge. WordPress Designer. WordPress is the number one website platform there is. Most websites nowadays are built on WordPress. I believe the number is about 75% of websites are built on WordPress. So if you know how to use websites, WordPress specifically, and build websites within WordPress and manipulate WordPress, you can build WordPress websites. You can design websites in WordPress for customers. Along with that, I guess WordPress Designer Part B is you could also be a WordPress tutor or educator or business consultant. You can help businesses structure their WordPress websites to work best for them and also teach their staff how to use a WordPress website. WordPress, I don't think, is going anywhere anytime soon. So if you know how to use WordPress and can build websites in WordPress, there are so many different things you can do with that knowledge that will make you great money. Again, this one is easily a full-time gig, not a part-time hustle. So since it's so easy to build a full-time gig out of it, if you're just looking for side income, you should have no problem finding customers who want your skills as a part-timer. All right, another one is Sales Funnel Creator. There are so many different sales funnel options out there, but there's so many intricacies to making sales funnels work. Most small businesses who have any kind of leads system would like a funnel to funnel those leads through. So if you know how to create effective funnels that work, this is a great gig. This one's a little more niche in who your customer is, but those customers are definitely out there looking for your service to build effective funnels. Most business owners and small businesses in general have tried to build funnels and essentially gotten frustrated trying to get all the steps and pieces to work properly. So if you know how to plug all those pieces together and can build an effective funnel with the right hooks and the right click-through rates, Sales Funnel Creator is a great gig for you. Language translator is another one. We have a worldwide economy, and a lot of people are trying to market to that worldwide economy. So if you are able to speak fluently or write fluently in other languages, or know how to use AI to do so, Language Translator is an excellent service. There's 11 Labs out there right now. I think 11 Labs is going to be exploding. If you know how to use 11 Labs, you could be a translator without really even knowing the languages. I'd be careful on that because it could have errors in it that you wouldn't catch if you don't know the languages. But 11 Labs is a great tool to use to really get in on this hustle. But if you can natively speak or are educated to speak other languages, this could be a great gig for you. So many times I know so many intelligent people. I think if you can speak multiple languages or write multiple languages or read multiple languages, you are extremely intelligent, because I find it so hard to learn other languages. Well, that intelligence, that knowledge is sellable. You can do translation services, whether you do it in voice or you do it in writing. There's different avenues you can go with this one. All right, the next one is a common one that we hear about, so I'm going to include it. It's virtual assistant. There's so many different ways that you can do virtual assistant. Google it up and take a look around. I'm not big on the virtual assistant, mostly because I haven't fully understood how to use one well myself. I know this is a great gig. I just don't personally fully understand it, but I need to include it on this list because it is a real gig. And I see actually a lot of people doing this as a full-time gig. So you can do this full-time or part-time. All right, another one that is making a ton of traction right now is audio editor. Podcasts are huge, and video vlogs and videos in general are huge. So part A of this is audio editor. Part B of this is going to be video editor. Tie the two together and you've got something excellent. So much content is being created that needs to be edited. So if you know how to edit audio and or video, this is a great gig for you. A lot of YouTube creators especially are using video editors that they have found to do all of the video editing for them now. When they first started out, they were doing it all. It's just too much work for most people. So now they create the content and then have a video editor or audio editor take care of it from there. So if you have skills as a video editor or audio editor, this is a great gig that you can do. All right, and then the last one that we're going to talk about is being a consultant. If you have knowledge in any category, somebody would love to learn from you. You can sell that service of helping somebody with the knowledge you already have, whether it's a business consultant, a playground consultant, really just about any type of thing out there, you could be a consultant for. So if you have knowledge, you could be a consultant. So those are some of the best gigs I could come up with today. They are fantastic gigs. And when I say best gigs I could come up with today, I mean, these are gigs that make real money where you can quickly make good money and build actually a career out of all of these. These are all great gigs. These aren't just the normal ones that you see every day of, oh, do this and you'll make your $1 million. No. These are real gigs that make very real money that you can do. So now this begs the question of where do you get started with this? Because finding customers is probably, no, it's not probably, it is the number one blocker to anyone doing any of these gigs. So honestly, one of the first places I suggest that you start is build a gig on something like Fiverr. I will leave a link in the description to Fiverr where you can go look at some gigs that other people have already built, and you can look at how you can build your own gig in Fiverr. Fiverr is a great place because they bring customers directly to you to sell your gig, to sell your services. So if you can do it, you can also sell it on Fiverr. I actually was looking around one day just for funny gigs that people have done. I found a guy who will call people up and talk in a Kermit voice. You can hire him to talk in a Kermit voice. I mean, literally, if you can do it, you can build a gig for it and you can sell that service. Now, I don't know if the guy with the Kermit voice makes great money. All the gigs I talked about today can make you great money. And if you're looking for a place to easily find your first customers, Fiverr is a great place to do it. Now, the way Fiverr works is up front, it doesn't cost you. You build your gig and put it out there. The money is on the backside. When you sell a gig, they are going to keep 20% of the money. Now, before you think that's expensive, let's talk about this. I agree, 20% sounds expensive, and it is on the slightly expensive side. But they've built the platform out for you to put your gig on. They've built the platform out for buyers to look through the platform and find you. They connect you with that buyer. They do a lot of advertising and marketing for you. And they do all the payment processing for you, all for 20%. In the business world, if I could do all of that for 20%, that'd be pretty awesome because finding customers is very expensive for a business. I mean, very expensive. On my business side of things, it probably cost me more than 20%. And I do know those numbers. Yes, to do an initial deal with a customer, it cost me more than 20%. So to pay Fiverr 20% is actually pretty cheap in the business world. And when you price your gigs, make sure you price them to accommodate that 20% of it will be kept by Fiverr. It's a small cost of them having the website, of them having the customer, of them processing the payments. You don't have to have your own website. You don't have to go find your own customers. All you have to do is communicate in their platform, do the gig, and take the money. And by take the money, I mean take the money from Fiverr, because they go get the money from the customer for you and process their payment. Whether their customer is local or international, they help you find customers who need your services. So to me, Fiverr is actually a great place to get started. You can also go to networking meetings if you have the time for that. Networking events are great places to find people looking for your services. You can also build a website, and you can also run digital ads. These are all great ways to find customers, the cheapest one being something like Fiverr, and the prices go up from there depending on how involved you want to get in the process of finding your customers. So let something like Fiverr remove the roadblock of finding your first customers. Get started. Go ahead, build that gig and get started and prove to yourself how you can make money with your knowledge and your talent. I know you have sellable knowledge and talent, valuable knowledge and content. The roadblock's just been removed from you on how to get started in finding your first customers. I know you can do this. I know you can make great money and enjoy the process. Hey, if you need any help with any of this, there is a link down in the description below. You can spend 30 minutes with me absolutely free. I will gladly talk through all of these with you, how you get started, how you find your first customers, and even help you with pricing your services out. I'm here to help you in any way that I can. Today, we are talking about ways that you can make money from home. Not just ways that you can make money from home, ways that you can make excellent, real money from home, and you don't even need a job to do it. Now, before we get there, welcome to Stop the Grind, Start Your Life. Why did I look down there? Because I made sure to read it correctly. Why did I read it? Because today is the first official day under the full new brand. That's right. You may have known us before as Vertical Vision 405. We have rebranded. Why did we do that? Because we are here to help you stop the grind, stop the meaningless things that you do, and start your life. Start that journey towards things that matter to you. Start your journey towards things that are excellent for you and your life so that you can live instead of just grind. Now, with that, I have to throw a shout out to Emma Shelton, who helped us come up with that slogan of Stop the Grind, Start Your Life. So thank you, Emma. For anyone who wants to check out Emma's YouTube page, I will put a link in the description to her so that you can go check her out as well. And we now have some merch. We're starting with t-shirts. I'll put a link down in the description so you can get your Stop the Grind, Start Your Life shirt. I would be wearing one today, but they haven't come in yet. That's how new the brand is. But you'll see it in the YouTube icon will be the new brand. It's everywhere that we've got stuff. We're starting to roll that out. So you may also see a little bit of crossover. You might find a few things with the old logo on it and old naming. But don't worry, we're the same people. I'm still here to help you. So who am I? I'm Greg. I am from Stop the Grind, Start Your Life. My whole passion is to help you achieve success, help you find those income streams and things that you can do to better your life, to achieve freedom so you're not stuck in a grind. All right, so today we are talking about ways that you can make great money without ever leaving your house. For so many people, I hear that this is like the ultimate dream, to never have to leave home. Well, let's talk about that real quick. Never leaving home is not your best idea. You should leave home occasionally. And that would be at a minimum to get together with other people. You shouldn't be 100% hermit. It's not good for a human to be completely isolated. That doesn't mean you need to go to a traditional office. That doesn't mean you need to work a traditional job. I highly, highly, highly recommend, even if you're not used to it, go to church on Sunday. There are a lot of people in church. There's a lot of great stuff available for you at church, and you'll hear a lot of great things that will also help you better your life. Now, if you're not into the church scene or into the church thing at all, find another way to connect with other people. At a minimum, connecting with other people is important. So, don't 100% just stay at home and never go out. But work from home, fantastic. Do your own thing on your own time, on your own schedule, absolutely fantastic. I mean, that's what I've been doing for years, essentially, is doing my own thing on my own time, and I absolutely love it. So today we are going to talk about ways that you can get income. You're going to have to work for it. It's not free money, but you don't have to work a traditional job for it. So let me start this screen recording here so that I can show you on my screen a little bit of what we're talking about today. So if you've never done this before, head on over to Fiverr.com. That's Fiverr.com. Why are we going here? Because here you don't even need a customer. Fiverr finds you customers to buy your service. Now, what service can you offer? What talent do you have? I mean, it's really that wide of an open field. I'll also put a link in the description to Fiverr so that you can head on over there. Let's just try a couple things here. Let's just say you're great at building Excel spreadsheets. We're just going to type in Excel and do a search. Real simple. What did we find? I will tutor for your Excel assignments. I will do Excel automation. I will that sounds like bad grammar, but I will automate Excel spreadsheets, Google Sheets, and it continues on. So right here, we see a bunch of people who are offering different types of services with Excel. So if you're good at Excel and that's something that you would love to find a way to make money with, I would just type that in the search and see what kind of gigs people are already doing for Excel. This is just going to give you some great ideas on where to start. All right, let's try, maybe you're good at cooking. I don't know what's gonna show up here, but cooking. All right, I will write or rewrite cooking recipes. I will create cooking lesson video recipes of all kinds of dishes. I will create a cooking video recipe for TikTok, YouTube, Tasty. So there we go. We've got a bunch of stuff for cooking. Let's say you like to, we'll go with clean. That's a normal one that you normally hit up the neighborhood groups for. But let's say we want to clean. Let's type that in. I will design a clean modern logo. All right, that goes under graphic design, not under cleaning. Yep, this looks graphic designy to me. Oh, I will deep clean and hard bounce test your email list. Okay, so clean seems to have a wide array of options here. I will photo editing and retouching Photoshop product. Okay, well, so clean didn't exactly come up with what I was thinking in terms of clean. And then if you look at the top of the page, there are some standard categories up here. There's graphic design, there's programming, there's digital marketing, there's video and animation, there's writing and translation, music and audio. Do you know how to play an instrument? People will pay for that. Business, consulting. Consulting is huge on Fiverr. So anything that you know how to do, you could consult with. So you can look through these major categories, or you can type in any skill that you have that you would like to find a way to make money for. All right, once you do that, you're going to find these gigs already available on Fiverr. Maybe you make funny voices. Let's see what pops up there. I will be your cool, funny, energetic anime character voiceover. Okay, I will record a funny, posh British voice. I will voice your funny, cool, or tough, good, or bad guy character. I will talk in funny voices. So already, there you go. If your thing is to talk in unique voices, there's gigs, lots of them for you. Maybe you just have an incredible voice. You could do voiceover work, whether it's reading scripts, reading books, talking off the cuff. There are gigs for voiceover work, and you can make great money with that. There are so many ways to make great money. All right, so now you've kind of looked around at different gigs that already exist. Here's what I suggest you do next. If you didn't see anything that lined up with what your talents are that you would like to sell, create a new gig for it right away. Just try it. Why not? Why not try it? But if you saw gigs similar to what you would like to offer, look at them a little bit, see how they word them and how they set up their structures within the gig. So let's look at this voice actor anime characters guy. We'll just tap into there. There we go. It opens up. So this guy's charging $10 for 100 words is what it looks like, and he'll do one revision. So, okay, that's interesting. Let's click on this posh British guy. He's also charging $10 for 100 words. Let's try, we're going to go to digital marketing, just because look at all the different things in digital marketing. Social media marketing is a common one. Let's click into there. I just want to give you a few other ideas on gigs that are out there. Oh, TikTok Shop, Facebook Ads campaign. Look at all these things. So many different things that you can do. And apparently my internet is running a little bit slow today. That happens when we have bad weather. The funny thing is it's really windy, but not wet outside. But for whatever reason, my internet is just not having it today. So come on, you can do it, little computer. All right, it looks like my internet came back. I don't know what that blip was, but all right, we are looking now at I will be your committed social media manager. Let's click on that one. So this one offers 3 packages. We see basic, standard, and premium. In their basic package, they'll create 15 social media posts in one platform, graphics, caption, hashtags, CTA, which means call to action, and scheduling. And they're offering a 6-day delivery from when you place your order. Let's tap on standard. Standard, they'll create 30 social media posts in 2 platforms, graphics, caption, hashtags, call to action, scheduling. And in premium, they're offering 30 social media posts in 3 to 5 platforms, graphics, caption, hashtags, call to action, scheduling. Okay, we could also click on compare packages to just see what the differences are in their packages. Delivery time is 6 days, 7 days, 10 days. Now let's just select the middle package. Oh, it won't let me continue? Nope, I'll need to sign in for that. All right, so the next screen will give you the option to build some upsells within that. So I really suggest that you build an account in Fiverr, okay? Do that. Then start looking at some of the gigs that line up with what you want to do. If there is no gig that lines up with what you want to do, look at some other gigs in another category and just see how they've done it to give you ideas on what you can do with your own. All right, now that we've looked at those gigs, we're going to go build our own. With the knowledge we learned from looking at how other people have done it, you will now have a good idea on how to build your own gig. So in most situations, I would suggest, just like this person, build a basic, a standard, and a premium. I would do that. Then on the next screen, I would offer upsells. Whatever those upsells may be appropriate for the category that you're working within, I would offer some upsells. A little bit more of something, a little bit different of something, a different delivery of something, whatever makes sense within your category. Most people won't buy the upsells, but it can be some good extra money when people do. The other thing I would make sure I do is set your delivery time expectations very well. Maybe give yourself a little bit of buffer room. If you think you can do these within 3 days, set it to 5 or 6 days to give you a little bit of room in case you run up against some kind of wall. The next thing I would do is within that gig, when you build it, there's a screen that when somebody buys it, they can submit requirements is what it's called. On that screen, I would create a little bit of a questionnaire. Don't go crazy with the questionnaire of asking every single little detail that you can think of, but at least have a really good idea of what this person is looking for. So in graphic design, I mean, that's a wide world. Let's go with logo design. Maybe you ask for, are there any logos that they like or any logos they don't like? Do they have any thoughts on colors that they're looking for? You may ask a couple questions like that to give you a direction to go that will make your new customer happy. All right, now that they've submitted all of this, you go to work. You do that job and you submit it back on Fiverr. Your new customer accepts your work, Fiverr collects the payment, and now you have money. You tell Fiverr to put it in your bank for you, done. You just made money without having what would be considered like a real job without having a job. You just made money without a job and without having to go out and find your customers all by yourself. Fiverr brings them to you. What a fantastic world that is. Without the internet, this kind of thing was never possible, and now it is. And Fiverr's been around for years, guys. It's a solid platform that a lot of people use. So you can make great money from home and not even have to go out and sell yourself. Now, let's talk a little bit of the downside here. When you first create your first gig on Fiverr, don't create 50 gigs because Fiverr rates you based on how well your gigs sell. So start with 1 gig, learn the platform, learn how to work with others, and start getting people to buy your gig and review you as being the awesome person that you are. Because when a gig is done, the buyer gets to rate you on a scale of 1 to 5 in a couple of categories. Likewise, you get to rate the person who just bought from you, which will let other people know whether or not they want to work with this person as well. So the review system is a two-way street, but you want to get a couple gigs under your belt before you add new gigs to the equation. All right. Now, the other piece of this puzzle is when you first start on Fiverr, they're not going to give you 100 gigs in your first week. They're also going to kind of test you out because they've built a solid platform and they want people to keep coming back to their platform to buy gigs from other people. And if you end up not meeting the standards of what Fiverr is looking for or what your customers are looking for, well, Fiverr doesn't want to hand you all of their customers and then have people not ever want to deal with Fiverr again. So they'll send you 1, and then they'll send you 2. Then they'll start to send you more and more and more, to the point where you can actually tell Fiverr how many active gigs you want at a time. So don't be discouraged if at first it seems really slow going. Once it gets going, it's like a snowball. It keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and growing and growing and growing. So be prepared. It's a little bit of a slow start, but once you get started and get going, it's going to pick up steam fairly quickly. It may take you a month to 2 months to really get that ball in motion. So just be prepared for that. But have fun with it. I mean, if there's any talent that you have that you would love to find a way to make an income with, Fiverr will help you find that way to make an income with your talent, and you'll never even have to leave home to do it. Guys, I can't recommend this enough. I know so many people are looking for a real income source, and you can do it. I know you can do it. Finding customers is usually the number one roadblock that everybody has with going out on their own or finding new income streams that work for them. Fiverr just removed that roadblock. So go out there, get it done, look at some gigs, figure out what talent you have that you're going to put on Fiverr, make a commitment to get it done within the next week to post 1 gig on Fiverr so you can be making money without ever leaving home. Just a quick reminder, I put a link to Fiverr in the description so you can click through that. Yes, it is an affiliate link. I don't know if I make any money off it or not, but I put it there for your convenience and maybe it'll help me out. I don't know. If there's anything you'd like to talk about or if you need any help at all, there's also a description in the link. There's a link in the description. You can schedule 30 minutes with me. It is completely free. I am here to help you in any way that I can. Now, go ahead, stop the grind, and start your life. There are amazing jobs that you can do from the comfort of your own home. High-paying jobs that do not require a degree and do not require formal education. A lot of jobs that you can do from home require specific skill sets that you can learn how to do if you don't already possess the skill. And it's even easy to find these jobs. Today, I will outline 5 jobs that you can do from home that pay really well, and I'll tell you how to get those jobs. Let's get started. Who am I? I am Greg. I am a serial entrepreneur who loves helping you succeed. If there's anything you need help with, I have some links down in the description below where you can schedule some time with me one-on-one, and I will gladly help you. Now, let's start talking about 5 high-paying jobs that you can do from home, and none of these require a degree. Job number 1 that we are going to talk about is website designer / website builder. I say slash because designer and builder are different, and it will depend on your skill set. So if you have absolutely zero skill building a website, you've never done it before, but you have some technical knowledge, like you can use a computer, you can drag and drop, and you can aesthetically make things work, you can still build websites. Many people don't know how to even get that far. So if you can do this, you can use one of the drag and drop type systems out there to build websites for people, and you can charge them very good money to do this as well as maintain it. While you start your career in website building, you can work to learn more about website building and website design to increase your technical abilities and create more complex websites. But even if you never aspire to build complex websites, you can build the simple ones because simple websites are critical. Most companies only need a very simple website, and the owners of these companies don't have the time to build their own website, and they don't have the knowledge of how to even build a simple website. And that's where you come in. You can easily charge hundreds to thousands of dollars, even for a very basic website that won't take you too much time to build, and you can do it from home. Now, honestly, one of the best ways to find these customers is to go to an online platform like Upwork or Fiverr or one of those gig platforms and post a gig saying you build basic websites. Don't oversell yourself. Be upfront and be clear. You build basic websites. Another thing you can do is join some local small business like Facebook groups or other social media type groups for local businesses and talk about your services there, how you build websites for businesses. There's somebody that I know from a previous church that I went to, and he had virtually no experience in anything even technical and definitely had zero experience in building websites. He found a local salon owner who was needing a website and couldn't afford the money from the really big guys on building websites, but could afford real money. So he offered to her that he would build her a website. Now, granted, he knew nothing about building websites, so what did he do? He started looking around at how to use a basic website builder and put together a great website for this salon, and the salon owner was very happy with the outcome and gladly paid him the fee that they agreed to. And I can tell you, it was a good fee for the amount of work that he put into it, especially for somebody who had no college degree, no prior experience with building websites, and the website actually came out pretty good. It met the needs of the salon owner. So there was no need for this particular salon owner to have the best website builder out there because she didn't need the best website out there. She needed a basic website that would present her salon services. That's all she needed. And this person was able to accomplish that. Now, they also have an ongoing relationship where she pays him on occasion to make minor updates to the website. So he continues to make money off of this website and has been able to offer his services to more and more people while gaining more and more knowledge of how to build websites. So this is really easy. Now, if you also wanted to step out of the home, which we said you wouldn't have to, which you don't because you can do all this online, but if you wanted to step outside the home, you could go to a business networking meeting. Your local chamber of commerce has these all the time. You could show up there and talk to just 1 or 2 people and explain that you build simple websites for small businesses. There are people there that would be happy to pay you to build and maintain their website for them. And you can make great money building simple websites. All right, way number 2 that you can make great money, a high-paying job from home, is social media manager. Again, this is a job that maybe you don't need a lot of experience with. Social media is a big animal for a company to try and deal with. Especially a small business owner, they don't have the time to put into social media because it can take a lot of time to do social media well. Even 1 post a day can take that small business owner away from what they need to be focusing on of running their business and making money. So they will gladly pay you to just make simple social media posts. And the more attention that you attract to that business, the more happy they are, the more willing they are to keep paying you money to even just make social media posts for them. Now, this can go multiple directions here. So on the simple side, it could be one social media post a day. On the more complex side, you could add into that adding video content, hiring content creators or influencers to make content for that social media feed. You could manage all the comments and questions that come in. You can make sure that the office is aware of anything that they need to know about coming in through that social media feed. So the social media feed can be very important to a small business, but it's something that the owner of the business or the employees of the business may not be good at or have the time to handle. So once again, you can charge a very good fee for making one post a day. It won't take you long because that's what you do and that's what you focus on. And this is the beauty of having everybody in this world. We all have different talents and different skill sets where we can all work together and all profit off of one another. And again, one of the ways that you find this job is, again, with Upwork or Fiverr or any online gig platform. You can offer your social media services. Just build a gig on that platform and list your services with a fair price. Now, a fair price, how much do you want to make per hour? You could easily make $50 to $100 an hour posting social media content. And again, just like websites, if you wanted to step outside the house, you could go to a local chamber of commerce type coffee event or networking event, as they call them, and meet a few business owners there. And these business owners often would love to offload their social media content management, and you can do that for them for a very healthy price, making yourself a great living with no degree and no prior education. The better you get at this, the more you can charge future customers. All right, let's move on to way number 3 that you can make great money from home. You could be a book editor. If you love reading and can spot typos and mistakes from a mile away, this could be an excellent gig for you to do. Book editors are actually in demand, but not from the big publishing houses. Editing has gone more at the personal level. Publishing houses aren't offering the service as much anymore, so individual book writers, authors, need to find their own editors, and this is where you come in. And you can take book editing to any level you want, whether it's book editing, document editing, website editing, anything that needs to be edited, you could do that. So again, another job that you can simply post a gig on one of the gig platforms saying you are an editor and you charge X amount per page or X amount per word or per hour, however you figure that out, per project, a project up to a certain amount, and you go through and mark up the text, offering suggestions on how to fix the text and send it back to them. That's all you have to do. It's not your content. All you're doing is finding their errors in the content. And again, you can charge very good money for doing this service. It allows you to stay home, it allows you to read, and it allows you to spot errors. Some of these things are things that people love doing. Reading, staying home, nice cup of coffee while you read that book, and then spot the errors in it and let the author know what errors they've made. Again, this job, you can easily post a gig on one of the gig platforms to do it. You can even do a Google search for editing jobs, and there is a plethora of them that will pop up. So you won't need any special tools other than what you're already using to watch this video. You could do it from your phone, you could do it from your tablet, or you could do it from a computer or a laptop. It really doesn't matter. All you have to be able to do is read that document and edit it. So that is a great way to make great money from home. Way number 4 to make great money from home with no degree is you could be a game tester. I see people looking all the time for people to test their video games and their apps. You could be this person. What this job requires is you download the game or the app and you use it. And you find things that don't work properly and you make a note about where that is and what you were trying to do. And then you try again. Your goal is essentially to break the game or break the app as much as possible and make notes about every time you broke it or something didn't work right. It's a fairly easy job to do. To me, this would be a tedious job. I wouldn't like constantly just trying to break a game or an app and then making notes about how I broke it. I'd rather just use an app that works, which is why this job is so important. I don't want an app or a game or a piece of technology that breaks. I just want it to work. So the companies and people developing the games and the apps and the programs and all of these things, they are looking for game testers, product testers to go through and find the flaws before they get a customer frustrated with problems. They want to solve the problem before the customer finds it. These jobs you can find by doing a quick Google search looking for game testers, product testers, software testers, app testers. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of people all the time looking for testers for these things, and you can make fantastic money doing this. All right, we are down to number 5. The 5th way that I have for you to make great money from home without a degree is you can be a video editor. Now stick with me here on this one, because you hear video editor and you think, I don't have that skill. But you may actually have it. If you're watching this video, I'm assuming you have a device that you could edit on, because you could start with very, very basic. And a phone, a tablet, or any computer would do. There is so much content being created all the time, but there are a lot of people who can't or don't want to edit. Personally, I prefer now to have an editor edit all of my stuff than editing it myself. I'm here making content for you while the editor can edit the video so that we can get more done and serve you better. That's where somebody like you comes in handy. You can charge somebody like me great money to go ahead and edit out this video. You can offer very basic services where you just cut out all of my little flubs along the way and glue it all back together in jump cut form is what we call that. Really simple. You don't need to know much to do that. There are even lots of free video editing apps that you can use. Then there's more flashy stuff like TikTok that has a lot of fun things added in. There are editing tools that will already do that for you, like CapCut can do that for you. So all you do is download CapCut for free, and you can edit right there in CapCut. So you can start with very basic, and then you can get up to very complex. And as you start to learn how to edit better, you're going to be able to increase your skill set in editing, giving you much more ability to edit well and do fantastic jobs on these bigger projects. So with that, your price ranges will vary. If you do a very basic small video, maybe you charge $25. If you do something larger, maybe you charge $100 to $1,000, depending on what you're doing and the complexity of the project. But there is great money in video editing, and there are people all the time looking for video editors just like you. And again, this is one of those jobs where you can look on one of those gig platforms to post a gig where you offer your video editing services. Start out easy. Start out with something very basic. I offer very basic video editing. People will pay you to do it. They're happy with it. Meanwhile, you're learning a new skill, and then you can increase your pricing and take on bigger, more complex projects as you learn more. So these are 5 great ways that you can make great money from home. I hope this is helpful. Do me a favor and write down in the comments which gig you're going to try so that you can make great money from home without a degree. I hope you have an amazing and profitable day. Today we are talking about 4 side gigs that you can start today from home. Number 1, resume writing. With people leaving jobs at record paces. 1, they want to. 2, because corporations are laying people off at a record pace. Resume writing is a very needed gig. People are willing to pay great money. And somebody who has a professionally written resume is 32% more likely to land a job and get paid more. So a resume writer is critical to somebody looking to change jobs or get a new job. That's where you come in handy. If you know how to write a solid resume that gets results, you have something to sell. Especially if you have an HR background, you really know what HR professionals are looking for in a resume. so you can help somebody craft the perfect resume. In resume writing, you can charge multiple hundreds of dollars per resume. So it can be very lucrative. You never have to leave home to do it. It is a great side gig. Side gig number 2 dovetails with resume writing. It is LinkedIn profile updating. Almost as important as a resume, or maybe more important depending on the career choice of this person, the LinkedIn profile is critical. It is your permanent online resume, if you will. So if you know how to manage a LinkedIn profile and update that LinkedIn profile to get results, that is a valuable service. Now, if you know how to do both, write a resume and do LinkedIn profiles, you can easily use the LinkedIn profile as an upsell to resume writing, or you can use resume writing as an upsell to LinkedIn services. So you can actually offer both services and then upsell the other ones, therefore making more money with each sale just by having another service that you can offer that dovetails naturally. If you are only specialized in one and don't really know the other as well, that's okay, because you can still sell just resume writing or just LinkedIn services. And maybe this is an area where you reach out to somebody who offers the other and you pair up where you can cross-sell each other so that your customer can have the best of both worlds. Item number 3 that you can start today making money from home is online tutoring. There are multiple companies out there looking for online tutors. And online tutors can run multiple directions. You can be focused on a specific subject. You can focus on general. You could even focus on people from other nations who would like education from someone of your country. I know that a lot of Chinese nationals seek out American tutors. So you could be one of those American tutors tutoring Chinese students. I know there's a big need for math tutors. That is a very large area. English tutors, SAT prep tutors. There are all kinds of tutors, and you can do this online. There are a lot of companies, you can just Google this up, who will hire you to tutor and help you find, or actually they will find the tutoring customers or students that you will tutor and set it all up for you. You don't need to go through another company. You could sell the services yourself, that you are a tutor for whatever type of service or subject that you want to tutor on. But tutoring can make great money, and you can do it online with just a webcam and a computer or laptop or iPad or even really your phone. So you don't really need anything to do it other than an internet connection and something that you probably already have. Way number 4 that you can make money today from home is to sell digital products. Now, this one I'll talk about a little bit more in depth, because what is a digital product? A digital product is any product that's not tangible. Essentially, it's downloadable. So what does that look like? Well, with Canva, you could design, say, calendars or notebooks or things like that, and you can sell them as a digital download. You could use a service like Etsy to sell them. I've bought some of these digital downloads through Etsy, and I've been very happy with them. So you could be the person who creates these things that you are then listing on Etsy. You could write a book. If you know something about any topic, you could write a book and you can sell that. Amazon makes this really easy to do. There are other services that you could use as well to sell a book. Maybe you have knowledge and you would like to teach a course. Well, you can build a course on whatever that topic is on how to do something. Let's just pretend you know how to fly fish. You can create a course about fly fishing. And you could start from the very basics, how to pick a pole, how to set up your rig, how to cast, what to do with the fish once you actually catch one. You could set up a whole course for this and sell it for whatever fee you decide. There are so many avenues to use to sell something that's digital that really costs you nothing up front to do. So you could design something that somebody downloads. You could use your knowledge to build a course or information. You could even use a service like Skillshare where you build the course, but you don't even have to host it. They just pay you a fee every time somebody uses your course. So you don't even have to worry about the infrastructure for the course because Skillshare will take care of it for you. So those are 4 great ways that you can quickly make money from home. I hope this has been helpful for you, and I hope you have an amazing day. Let's talk about 6 ways that you can make good money quickly. Every now and then we run into a situation where we need to make money quickly and we need to find a way to do it. So today we're going to discuss 6 ways that you can make money quickly. Who am I? I am Greg. I love helping you succeed, and I love helping you find income streams that work for you. If you need help with any of these, I have links down in the description where you can schedule one-on-one time with me because I would love to help you. All right, let's get into it. 6 part-time gigs to make money quickly. Number 1, delivery services. Delivery services are exploding. So you could download an app or two and start delivering like food. Either food from the grocery store, food from Walmart, food from the local restaurant. There are different avenues of food that you could deliver, and you could even do delivery without food. You could deliver products from any store. I believe DoorDash actually does that. There are some out there that do. I don't know them all off the top of my head. So maybe you're running over to Best Buy to pick something up and deliver it to a customer. Maybe you're running to the local grocery store to pick something up and bring it to a customer. There are so many different things. Walmart has their own delivery service where you can download their app and deliver for them. You just pull up to Walmart, from what I understand, check in, they come out, load the car, and then you deliver it, and Walmart actually pays you for that delivery. So there are so many different apps. Even Amazon has one called Amazon Flex. So in this case, you are an independent delivery driver. Whenever you have free time, you load up the app, you go over to your local Amazon warehouse, check in, and they'll bring out the packages that they want you to deliver. It's like their last minute packages of the day that need to be delivered. You can deliver those, and you can use your own car to do it, and they pay you for that. So delivery services is something you can start today. If you have a vehicle or access to a vehicle or can rent a vehicle, you can do delivery services right away and start making money. Number 2, the number 2 way to make money quickly is to do a seasonal job. Now, all seasons have seasonal jobs. I know when we say seasonal jobs, we often think of holiday season in retail. Those are not the only seasonal jobs. So yes, number 1 on my seasonal job list would be retail because it is the most obvious. During any holiday season or big sale season, retail is always looking for extra help to sell through the holidays. Number 2 on that list would be Christmas lights. During the Christmas season, you could hang Christmas lights. That is very lucrative. A small house is like $400 to hang lights, and I know people who spend thousands of dollars to hang lights. So you can make great money hanging Christmas lights. The third way that I have with a seasonal job is spring cleanup and planting. So winter ends and now people want their gardens ready, their yards ready. You could do spring cleanup. Cleaning up from the winter, getting their flower beds ready, maybe even planting their flowers, maybe opening their pool, getting their pool ready. There are springtime activities that you could do. Then in summertime, there are multiple jobs available. Here, let's think a little bit more along. Amusement parks are hiring summer-only help. Water parks are hiring summer-only help. Community pools. Now, lots of HOAs actually have a community pool, and they hire lifeguards for that. So you could run the community pool. You could also be a seasonal landscaper. Landscapers typically work the summertime, so you could work the summertime as a landscaper. Moving into the fall, you could do fall cleanup, which is leaf season. Those leaves need to be cleaned up, and flower beds need to be prepped for winter. There are other fall jobs like fall decorating. You could decorate for fall, whether that's putting out pumpkins and corn stalks and decorating that way, or you could go the scary route of decorating for Halloween in the fall. Also, there are places that hire people just for like scary attractions. So I know a lot of amusement parks do a very big Halloween thing for a month or 2 long, where they're hiring special staff to be like actors for their scary attractions. So that would be another good fall thing to do. And then another seasonal job that you could do is you could work for UPS or even Amazon. They hire a lot of seasonal drivers to deliver packages for Prime Day and holidays. They will gladly hire you for just a season, and then you're free to go again. Sometimes that can lead to full-time employment. So that is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seasonal jobs that I listed right there. And there are so many more seasonal jobs than just that. So if you're looking for quick money, you can quickly find one of these seasonal jobs and go ahead and do it. Way number 3 that I have in part-time gigs to make money quickly, way number 3 is freelancing. I talk about freelancing all the time, and I love freelancing because I know you have skills, and those skills are worth money. So if you go out on your own and freelance, do some extra gigs on your own using skills and knowledge that you already have, you can make fantastic money. Freelancing is something that I highly encourage everybody to try because the money is there and you didn't even realize you had skills that were worth so much. So freelancing is a fantastic way to make great money, and you can make it quickly and you can do it whenever you want. All right, way number 4 that I have that you can make money quickly is a lot like way number 1. Way number 1 was delivery services. Well, way number 4 I have is ride sharing. There are several rideshare companies out there that are nationally and internationally known, and there's even some local ones. So you could load an app again, and if you have a vehicle, access to a vehicle, or can rent a vehicle, you can do rideshare. So people need a ride somewhere, you can provide that ride. There are even like independent transportation companies that will hire you to work for them whenever you can. Very flexible with that. So you can do ride sharing or cab type services. All right, way number 5 that I have that you can make money quickly is pet sitting. People love their pets. Sometimes I think they may love their pets a little too much, but that plays to your favor here because they want their pets to be cared for when they're not around. It could be they could be out for a day, they could be out for a week, whatever it is, they want their pet cared for. So you can offer pet sitting services. Maybe somebody who works an 8-hour-a-day job, so they're gone all day, would like you to come check in on their pet in the middle of the day, let their pet out, maybe feed their pet. That is very lucrative, and it doesn't take you a lot of time to do it. And you can quickly find people who need pet sitting services. Some people need last-minute pet sitters because they need to go away last minute, maybe for work, and they need somebody to check in on their pets while they're gone. Some people are just looking for that pet sitter and haven't found one yet to do the daily check-in on their pets. So pet sitting can be quite lucrative and somewhat flexible for you as well. And way number 6 that I have for you to make great money quickly is babysitting. So hopefully people care about their own kids more than their pets. So this may sound a little odd following pet sitting, but it's very similar. Instead of caring for a pet, you're caring for a human being, which is even more important than caring for a pet. Sometimes couples need to get out of the house for a night and they need a babysitter. Sometimes there's a single parent who needs a babysitter. Sometimes there's multiple parents working and they can't get home in time to take care of the children, so they need a babysitter to fill the gap. There are so many different avenues of babysitter, whether it's during the day, during the afternoon, or during the evening hours, or on a weekend. Everybody at some point who has a kid needs a babysitter. So babysitting is a quick way to make some money because there are so many people out there who need a babysitter and they need one now. So babysitting is a great way to make great money now. I hope this has been helpful for you. These have been my 6 part-time gigs to make money quickly. I know you can do these gigs. I know you can do excellent with them. I believe in you. I hope you have an amazing day.